The Atlanta Hawks sit with the number 15 overall pick in this year's draft. What direction could they go? What players are on their radar? We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
What's going on, NBA fans? Welcome to another episode of NBA Central, your number one spot for everything NBA related. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm the host here, Haize. You can follow me right off the top at CEO Haize if you choose to do so. But with the Atlanta Hawks having the number 15th overall pick, there are a number of prospects that could fall to that pick right outside the lottery, and the Hawks should still get a hell of a talent at number 15. And the first one we're going to talk about today is Haize Wallace. Now, this is a point guard out of Kentucky, point guard / shooting guard. And if they are looking to, move DeJounte, move anyone else, Haize Wallace is definitely a player that can come in, a very tough physical perimeter defender in this year's draft. He may be one of the most physical defenders in this year's draft. When you look at 195 pounds, he's going to have to add on to that frame at the next level as well. And he should be able to add on that muscle and some weight there. But hard-nosed, he plays great defense. He does not back down on the defensive side of the ball. He averaged nearly 2 steals a game in college. This guy is a guy who can just dang right defend the basketball. He's a capable rebounder as well on top of all those other things. And he brings enough of a scoring punch that you can see him developing as a scorer. That's going to be the one part of his game that you're really going to have to look at how that develops over time, is the scoring aspect of his game. But Haize Wallace overall, I really like his impact. I like his size. I like his mentality as well. He's a great outside shooter, and he was that at the high school level. He shot 34.6% on threes in college, but you expect that percentage to be able to go higher at the next level. When you look at some comps for him, Emmanuel Quickly, Marcus Smart type combo is what you can get from him. And he may be a player that comes more slowly as far as that scoring punch, but he has that defense. He has that shooting that you can use right away. Not the most productive player. Only 11.7 points per game. Solid efficiency. He had 34.6% on that three-point range, but he didn't take a lot of them. You expect, especially seeing his high school tape, he has that. He's a solid distributor of the ball as well. He's not going to do a lot for you off the ball. At least he has not shown that capability yet. But he knows how to take defenders off the dribble. If you play a more up-tempo style offense, he's going to do that. He's going to know when to attack as well. Again, I like him for his overall skill level here. I don't know if he's going to be the pick that the Atlanta Hawks go with. They may also look to move that pick. You never know. But Haize Wallace, I like him a lot, especially at that number 15 level. But next up, a player that may more so fit what the Atlanta Hawks roster is currently suited as, and that's Dereck Lively. This is a 7'1", 230-pound center out of Duke. This guy was one of the best rim protectors in all of college basketball. And with, yes, the Hawks have a center down there. They could look to move that, whatever else. But I look at this guy and says he brings a NBA-ready skill set in that rim protection and that rebounding as well. But his instincts to block shots are just at the next level. He also runs the break well. Again, so if you get out in fast breaks and transitions, he's going to be able to finish at the rim. His ability to catch alley-oops may fit in also with a Trae Young, DeJounte Murray if they end up keeping him. He's a disciplined pick-and-roll defender as well. You're not going to get much slight from him on that defensive side of the ball. Now, he didn't shoot the highest percentage at the collegiate level, but you expect in what he's able to do, he's going to be able to score the ball well. 72% inside the arc. So you want to look at that. He also has some capability of letting it fly from the perimeter. So he has a little bit of that. Again, he doesn't shoot that at the best percentage, but there's enough there with the right coaching, with the right development that you can bring that out of him. 15% from three, 60% free throw shooter. So those are definitely some things you want to look at. He's not really a threat to stretch the floor, even though those shot mechanics, you can work on those a little bit. Maybe you can make him a solid, wide-open three-point shooter, especially in the modern-day NBA. But while he does not have the greatest lateral quickness, you look at him, he can switch even out to some guards. He knows how to use this length well. When you look at just his wingspan as well as that height, he's there. He needs to put on some muscle at that next level, but I like his skill set overall. I like him a lot here. He's a disciplined defender that has an NBA-ready skill set right away that the Atlanta Hawks could take advantage of. Next up, though, Nick Smith. This is a point guard we've talked a lot about, a combo guard. His ability to just outright score the basketball, right? He likes to score. He can score. He can be your guy off the bench as well at that point guard, shooting guard position. He has some problems breaking down. He has no problems breaking down the defense at all. He's a microwave. He's going to be a streaky shooter at the next level. But once he gets going, he has one of the nicest pull-up jumpers that he can do. He's developed a nice floater as well on top of that. He finishes around the rim solidly as well. One of the biggest downsides with him is just he does not deal well with physical defenders on him, and that may take him out of his game a little bit some as well. He's 39.6% field goal shooter inside the arc, so there's some issues with finishing around there. He doesn't always take the best shots either, even though he can hit some of those, even with their bad shots, but he needs to show a little bit more diligence as far as searching out better, more high-quality shots, but overall, again, you kind of take that with a player like a Nick Smith Jr., but I like him overall here for the Atlanta Hawks as well. Some other prospects that he could look at if they fall, of course, Jalen Hood-Schifino is definitely one. Grady Dick's another one as well that, if they fall to that area, the Atlanta Hawks could take a look at, especially Grady Dick when you look at the fact of him being an outside scorer for that team. Now, do they already have that in Bogdanovich? Yes, but also this player could come in cheaper. You could develop him, things like that overall. But I like Grady Dick there for him as well. I like Jalen Hood-Schifino down there for him if he falls there as well. There are a couple of players also in this draft that you can absolutely see falling outside the lottery that they could take a look at on top of everything else. Bilal Coulibaly, he's another one that is slated to go anywhere between like that 12 to 13, 14 area. If he does fall to number 15, I think he could be a good pickup. The forward from France, it could be another good pickup for Atlanta Hawks here in the first round. But overall, I really like their options that they have there. They also have the 46th overall pick in this draft, which is in the second round. Tristan Vukcevic is another one out of power forward, center out of Serbia is another one. This guy's extremely raw, though. Rawness is the name of the game when it comes to him. But he has enough of that upside, especially if you're looking at second-round picks, that the Atlanta Hawks could select him there and still get a hell of a player. Keontae Johnson's another one in that second round that they can look at, a shooting guard / small forward out of Kansas State as well. But overall, the Atlanta Hawks, when you look at what they can look at in this draft, it really depends on, do they make a move, right? Are they planning on making a move to maybe move a player in their core? And if they do, what do they get back, right? And so overall, I like the Atlanta Hawks, the chances that are in front of them in this draft. It just really depends on, do the Atlanta Hawks get a little bit more aggressive leading into the season in the trade market, right? Do they now move John Collins? And if they do decide to move John Collins, does that change their mindset and methodology in the NBA draft if they move him before the draft, right? Do they package even their pick with the John Collins to get back a higher level pick, right? Or a higher player or a star or something back? So all those questions are in front of the Atlanta Hawks in this offseason. But with the draft coming up Thursday, we'll get the answers to their draft needs here in just a few days. You guys can let me know what you think on all that down below. Make sure you're following the show at NBA Central Pod on every social media platform. You can also send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, NBA Central Show at gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, 773-270-2799. We are the #1 spot for everything basketball related. And I'll see you guys the next time I feel like making a video. Probably tomorrow. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.